Okay, so I guess since Saba is not really coming on, we're gonna go ahead and start a little bit of a recap. And on our last session, our party decided to, in fact, go ahead and investigate for the Blackcard Gang on this matter of an artifact that was recently introduced into the prison, which has resulted in a large group of factions from the continent itself to start sending in several agents into the prison with the hopes of extracting this artifact. Because apparently it's something so powerful that it might help with this small war that has started to come up in the continent over who the real king is. The party decided to investigate, and in doing so, met up with a couple of people. Rivers, a man who called himself the Lawman, seems to be sort of a detective slash investigator for the island, even though, well, the island is completely full of criminals. And secondly, a seer by the name of Jimmi. The seer asked you to, in exchange for some information, asked you to go hunt a certain beast that lay in the woods to the south of the island. And you did as such, finding that the beast was in fact two large spiders that were, well, they got zombie things going on. You successfully slayed the beasts. Slew? Is that a thing?
Slayed, slew. I think both are applicable.
Okay.
Fucking decked them.
Yeah, you fucking decked the two spiders and exited the forest shortly after, took rest, and that's where we left off. You now awake at the edge of the forest where the trees are dried and hollowed. The dwarf, I believe, was sleeping inside one of the hollowed out trees, while the rest of you were making camp. You all wake up to a brand new day. What do you guys want to do?
Alright, hunting for breakfast. Because fuck eating that elf's berries.
Yeah, I'll pop another berry when I wake up.
Yeah, I think I also pocketed like two of them, so I'm gonna also...
Man, that mic, dude. I think that has to be hardware. You went quiet again.
Again? God.
You're good now, though.
I think
Now
it's
good? Alright.
Shitty South American internet.
He's not South American.
Shit.
What did you
Sorry
say?
by the way, guys.
Welcome, Chief. You're just in time.
We just
called.
Start the day.
Connecting to Roll20.
Yeah, I forgot there's a delay on this.
I even took the time to see if that mod you made install worked. So I don't know what to expect.
Listen, did you get your toast?
My toast?
Yes.
What
Um,
toast?
You
You
got
said you're
that
going
no
to get bread.
Oh. Yeah, but they told me I couldn't enter if I wasn't wearing a blonde wig and if I wasn't rich.
Yeah. Great. Listen, just
No toasts.
you can afford a wig once you start deforesting the Amazon.
Damn.
So
Do not
But
stop.
you can only do that if your name is Azula.
No,
Alright,
do
so-
not summon the demon.
27 minutes into stream, gentlemen.
Yep.
We played
So-
2 seconds of D&D. Not to,
Went off the track immediately.
Okay, the link. I need the link.
I mean, it
what
is
do I need
pinned.
to roll for hunting for breakfast?
Let's do survival.
Okay, I can do
Are you just chasing rabbits still? Are you setting up like some sort of thing to catch it? Like,
I got a bow recently, remember?
okay. Well,
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll an attack for that. It's fine. An 18 is good enough for catching at least one hare, as we previously discussed. These are not rabbits; they are hares, and they're bigger, longer, and meatier.
Well, the hair gets stuck in my teeth.
You successfully catch some breakfast for yourself, while the rest of the party, I suppose, is eating up the good berries provided by Vast.
Yeah.
Yay, the berries.
Yeah, Marston is just sitting.
I'm gonna
It's
go ahead and eat a
close.
live animal. You keep eating your little red marbles.
Yeah, Marston is just kind of meditating, listening to the forest. Wait. And to their needs.
Okay, so you guys have some breakfast. What else do you guys want to do?
We head back to settlement 73. 76?
73.
73.
It's called.
No, do not summon the 76.
76.
Yeah, old man Jimmy wants us to kill the spider. Right, I'm carrying
I
a whole bunch
did
of chitin, the spider heads, and silk.
Just covered in things. You just like have tied like strings to like everywhere on your body.
Again,
Right.
remember, Yater has
It's
a
a way.
vest with 100 pockets.
Of course. Yeah.
I think if you had like what is it, leather workers tools, you could probably make armor out of it. I mean, actually, like probably get some tool proficiencies at the next level, so might as well take leather workers and try to cook something up with those chitin. I don't know.
That could work.
Yeah, just a thought.
Could finally get a breastplate made of spider chitin.
Ooh,
Ooh,
nice.
that's actually
Maybe.
pretty good. All right, everybody. I guess it's time to move out.
Hey, long trek through the desert.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Hey, it's only a little wee 6-hour hike. Totally fine.
Actually, it's quite a distance, isn't it?
Wait. So you begin your travel back to Settlement 73, seeing pretty much the same thing you had seen the previous day. Many camps and many small settlements all around. Many people scowling at you as you pass by. And a lot of
Gonna
people...
scowl right back.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of
I'm
people...
gonna.
As per usual, you are a mean-looking dwarf, but you're still a dwarf.
They'll learn. They'll learn.
All right, hold up. That's racism.
He's just an old fuck.
He's only 78.
He's the oldest of all.
By
all
far
of
the
us.
oldest of all of us.
A spry young gentleman.
You continue on, and eventually, after 6 hours and the sun starting to descend, eventually reach Settlement 73 in a similar state as it had been the day previous, except that now the bodies on the street that had been previously beaten to a pulp have been cleaned, not very thoroughly, but removed. You eventually make it over to Jimmy's cabin, where he is, as usual, sitting on his little rocking chair overlooking the landscape.
Now, Yater, he is a little bit angry. And you guys notice that now, whenever he is angry, you can feel this heat radiating off of him. Like, alright, old man, you lied to me. You said this shit could be eaten. He's gonna throw the spider head on the floor in front of Jimmy.
Like I said, anything can be eaten if found by the proper consumer.
Listen, I'm a mammal kind of eating dude. I don't do fucking lobsters.
I hear that spiders are quite the delicacy in the islands to the south.
Hey, nothing delicate about this.
Yeah, so we have completed your task. So I guess it's time to uphold your end of the deal, old man.
Hey, who's your daddy and what does he do? I mean, who brought the thing on the island and where is it now?
We don't have spider armor yet. We have like chitin, like their skin.
Yeah, it can be turned into armor, hopefully.
Yeah. We'll
B-
see.
Before I give you the information that you seek, I must ask, To what end do you find the artifact?
I just want to get off this bloody island.
What about the rest of you?
Seems dangerous. Surely, if it's in the right hands, ill use of it will not come. I may seek to destroy it even.
So, your intentions are that of good?
You may say.
Very well. For the first time, you're going to see that Jimmy is going to make a little bit of an effort to stand up from the rocking chair, grab a walking stick, and say, "Follow me."
Lead the way. All right.
It's going to take you a little bit of time to follow because he's an old guy trying to walk through the desert. Clearly, he hasn't really been active for quite some time. This might be the first time he's moved in quite some time.
Also, isn't he blind?
Pretty much.
The dread
Actually,
increases walk speed slower
I
than the
will-
player.
I will get closer to him and like put a hand on his shoulder and then point to my back.
Okay.
He can't
He
see.
can.
I
Oh,
literally can't talk to
fuck.
him.
Wasn't there some sort of dwarven proverb about the blind leading the fucking idiotic?
Oh, fuck. I thought he was lightly blind, something like that. Not fully blind.
Right, keep it in your pants, elf. Let him lead the way.
Does he look like what was it? Does he move slow because of his age? Probably because of his age, but also because of some injury or something, or
I
not.
played football back in college.
Dude, you're turning into like you're Jesus and we're like the apostles.
Yeah.
Like,
Healing.
I am the Lord.
basically in this setting.
Jimmy does look like he doesn't look injured. He doesn't look sick. He does look like a fairly old man living in not the most ideal environment for a man his age.
Fuck it. I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and spend like 1 point of lay hands to just came up.
Okay.
It's-
He continues walking, and he does appreciate in some manner, and you see that it does put a smile on his face. He even kind of looks in the general direction that Vast is, and kind of gives off a small smile and a nod because he does seem to kind of get the idea that you were willing to help, even though you weren't fully capable of doing so. But he continues on, and it's not that long of a hike. He, more than anything, seems to go over to a small hill not too far from the cabin and stand at the top of it along with you.
As soon as we stop, I pop Divine Sense.
Okay. There isn't no undead, no fiends or devils or anything of the kind.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a
alright.
look around.
So,
See anything that catches his eye?
sure.
Yeah,
Well,
that was a perception.
this hill seems to be sort of a vantage point for the small valley that you're currently in, and you can see off, like way off into the mountains to a certain angle that you couldn't really see before. But you pretty much get the same idea as always. It's lots of camps all over the place, lots of settlements, and lots of people in an eternal lock where people are fighting over resources and territory and such. But nothing up until the moment that Jimmy points out to a settlement, very small, in the hills way over here. And he says to you, "Over there." There is a man that inhabits one of these houses. I believe his name is Dieter. It is my belief that he is the man that brought in the Fillamennora.
Name.
Yes.
So, you know the name. What else do you know?
Dieter was once a close friend of mine. I came into this prison many, many years ago. He came into the prison shortly after I was brought in, but his sentence was short, and he managed to live it out. He spent most of his time by my side, taking care of me. He is also that of a pure heart. I know for a fact that under no circumstance would he ever do something that would bring him back to the prison once he was out. But he came back not too long ago. And he didn't even come say hello to an old friend.
Right. Well, do you want to join us on our journey? Maybe go and well, not particularly see your friend, but
I'm afraid this is as far as I can join you, my little fiery friend. My bones would not handle the travel.
oh, is that what that sound was? I thought the ground was cracking beneath our feet as we walked.
That is quite so.
So, that's a deep fella. You said he was pure heart, but you also said that he brought this artifact. This artifact of destruction, as you yourself described it.
I don't believe he brought the artifact into the island to wreak havoc on the island. It is my belief that he brought it because he thought it would be safest here.
Very well, I suppose. Any advice do you have when we go meet him? Anything that would, I suppose, earn his trust?
I have a message for him, a letter.
Well, if you mention my name, I'm sure he will become a bit more friendly. But I do warn you, if something has brought Dieter back into the island, it would be something so dangerous and would put his life at such risk that he would not easily trust any band of people that approached him. There is no word or code that will fix the fear of any animal that has been cornered.
Fair. I can, believe me, I can understand that.
Right. I'll keep the threat to the elf.
Could you show us the settlement again? Which one is it?
Sure. It's a fairly small settlement, maybe 3 or 4 houses.
Alright.
Uh,
I was talking to the DM, but
yeah,
yeah, alright.
I'll explain a little bit about.
Alright. Well, I guess anything else we want to know? Nah, look at the others.
Jonas shakes his head.
It's a distance. We may need to rest here again.
Thank you, Seer, for what you've done. Hopefully we can find such objects and help your friend.
Hey, any message you want us to deliver?
No, just please look after him. He is truly a good man.
We'll try our best.
He's gonna go over to Jonas as he starts descending the hill. And he's gonna put his hands on your shoulder, Jonas. He's gonna say, I really do hope you find your way back to your people.
Someday. Someday.
And he's gonna go ahead and descend the small hill and back to his cabin.
Actually, as he is descending, can I run up to him?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to him and kind of stop him and ask Seer if I can ask one more thing.
Sure.
Listen, Jimmy, you seem to be a little bit more attuned to the world around you. I'm kind of I'm similar a little bit, but I'm kind of new to this whole thing. I take my necklace off and I put it into his hand and basically tell him, do you recognize this symbol? Because on my necklace, I think the rest of the party is closed. It's the first time you can see up on the necklace, on the arrowhead, there is a symbol carved, very crudely, but of a tree with roots and a moon inside the branches. And I basically put this necklace into Jimmy's hand and ask her, do you know anything about it?
He's gonna feel around the amulet for some time. He's gonna say, I have seen many symbols in my time. I'm not sure my mind is able to remember each and every one. However, I can sense from within you and from within this amulet that a special bond has been made. I was once like you. You must heed the calling, Marston. Find a tree under the moonlight. Commune with it. It will give you your answers.
Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
I'm just gonna take the amulet back and stand aside, kind of shocked a little bit.
Well, he continues on walking after giving you your amulet back and goes off. Unless anybody else wants to interrupt this poor man hiking to his home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
Well, when Marston gets back, Yater's one asks him, like, all right, so did you ask him about us sleeping over again? Because I tell you what, I've been marching through this desert for like 6 or 7 hours, and my legs are
Wait,
fucking hard as stone.
Marston is like, he
Stupid?
tells you, he just looks at his amulet, just empty-headed.
I take that. We're gonna be sleeping in the dirt again.
Oh, what?
All right, what a good you are.
Master Dwarf,
Yeah.
we may not need rest yet. We likely could travel for some more time.
Stupid?
What's up?
May I wish to turn into something like, let me see, a brown bear to carry Jimmy down a little bit.
Okay. That may be arranged. You turn yourself into a brown bear.
What?
Are you gonna tell him first? Like, he may just think a bear is like grabbing him.
He's mute and he's blind. Oh god.
Yeah.
Wait, you're turning into.
I will like tap twice in his shoulder, and then turn into a bear and grab him by with my howl with my howl and carry him down.
All right, I've been waiting for this fucker to show his real true colors. Charge after the bear with the axe.
Thankfully, brown bears have a climb speed of 30 feet, so it will be easier to go down.
Okay. He does seem surprised at first, but immediately does recognize in his seer ways that it is you and not just a wild animal mauling him. He
You fooled the dwarf, though.
he does lightly say, "Thank you," and then gives you a couple of pats on the on your back.
I lick his hand.
Okay. And he, well, you descend him down and get him a little bit closer to his cabin, where you can see that he does go back to his rocking chair and gives you a little bit of a wave in a thank you manner. Okay.
So,
And I go back.
I guess we go to that settlement that Jimmy showed us.
Okay.
Although, I mean, this Rivers fella, he said that he had some kind of surprise or compensation for us waiting at the settlement. But I don't know. It's up to you guys. I'm suspicious of this guy. He's I don't know. I don't trust him.
Is this actually RP you're talking right now?
Yeah, Marston
Okay,
as well.
alright.
Where is the Texan accent? Come on.
He's trying.
I
Okay,
can't.
Get in character, bro.
You
I'm
know what?
trying.
It might be better if you just try to do like I get a quote unquote American accent or like no accent. that might be a better start. You know what I mean? Because Texan is some like level 5 stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
I'm gonna try.
just-
I'm gonna try.
You need a fifth level spell to speak Texan in here.
Try to pretend you're trying to sell me a used car. Pretend you're trying to sell me a used car. Use that accent.
Who was talking? Like, I got the voices confused.
I was Marston talking about the Rivers guy. So I don't know what it.
So Jonas will say, the what is it? Vost seems to believe that because you rolled a pretty good roll. Voss saw something about him that I don't know her ways, but she seems a good judge of character. I believe she knows. I believe he's good.
She knows with her head, and she like will put both her hands in her heart.
Maybe. No.
And like use a little bit of prestidigitation to make something similar to lips, like lips floating in her hand.
Yes, she too possesses magic. I know not its ways, but Jonas just shrugs.
Yeah, so I know your choice. I'm fine either way. If you want to go to him, check whatever.
So
He
far,
does.
there's only one person on this island I don't trust. And it's not the complete strangers we've been running into.
She will She will like really ignore that comment. She knows you're talking about her, but right now there's no need to answer. Maybe a little shower in the morning will cool your head off.
See, I guess
Now
we go
he's-
find Rivers.
Now that he's made a fire,
Okay.
So-
Yeah, water consumes fire.
we're going to march all the way there, or we're gonna take a nap in the dirt first, or
I mean,
we've
We
been
can go find
traveling
what-
for 6 or 7 hours.
What time is it?
It's
time.
yeah, it's kind of it's getting close to sundown. Not quite yet. I'd say it's about like 5 o'clock.
So I guess we can go to the settlement and then like go back here and sleep, I guess. Since we are right next to the settlement, right?
The 73 where Jimmy lives. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're close enough to just walk there and sleep or do whatever.
All right, we're back.
Okay. You go back into town. Somebody roll in perception for him. Like whoever's looking for Rivers, please roll
Alright.
perception.
Dwarf.
Perception.
nice.
Okay, that's good enough. Jonas, you are fairly able to tell that everything going on in the settlement has had to do something with the murder that happened the day before. You see quite a bit of people going around the streets and trying to get the blood off the sand, and you see the cart where they were keeping the bodies and getting hauled away. And the person coordinating this whole thing is none other than Rivers himself. He sees the four of you approach and says, "Well, howdy do? You guys came back. You came back alive. Proud of you."
Not for a lack of trying. Tell me, can you do anything with all this, these spider bits?
Myself? No. But I can get a guy. What are you gonna do?
The knife here over there, I think, is trying to get armor. Of course, she'd take to wearing innocent woodland creatures, but
Yeah, I can get this to some guy here. What about payment for it? Ain't gonna be free.
I figured this might be a good trade. He's gonna pull out, a huge huge spool of that spider silk. I imagine this is pretty good for building around here, making rope, clothes.
All right. I think maybe able to arrange something. All right. You come back to me in like 2 or 3 days, and I might have something for you. Thing is, like I said, he's gonna look around a little bit, and he's gonna say, "Told you I'd get you a surprise, right?"
Hey,
He's gonna kind of like open his little coat, and is gonna show you just between his chest and the coat. He's gonna show you that he has a small compartment, and you're gonna see 3 bottles in there. He's gonna say, "Got you guys a little something."
please tell me that's fire whiskey.
A little bit better than that.
Ooh,
Jonas will take one of them and like kind of look at it.
It seems to be clear water, but when you shake it a little bit, it seems to sparkle a little bit.
What is this?
How is that?
Got myself some.
sorry, go ahead. It
Got-
doesn't smell alcoholic.
It does not. He is gonna say, "Got myself a couple friends in special places. You know what I'm saying? Managed to get my hands on a little potion. Supposed to help you get rid of certain pains and ailments."
Yes,
The only ailment I have right now is alcohol withdrawal.
Marcel just sighs.
Yater is a little bit disappointed.
I'll hand my potion to Yater. You mind keeping this in one of your pockets for now?
I guess.
I have no pockets of the moment.
Okay. Add yourself.
I will.
Mhm.
I will handle him the sacks with the venom, and like say Jonas to come closer. I mean gesture Jonas.
Okay.
So point point to his rapier.
Okay. River's gonna say, "No, you want yourself some poison for your blades."
Okay, symbol.
All right.
That's racist.
I can manage that too, fairly easily too. He is gonna grab a cloth, and he's gonna ask you to hand over the venom sack.
I do.
Okay.
They were two, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember how many.
Yes, I believe you had two of them. He grabs the poison sack that you hand over, and he puts it around the cloth, and then he kind of squeezes it for a little bit, until the cloth is damp with venom, and then he's gonna ask Jonas for his rapier.
Yeah, I'll hand him it. Well, it's a long sword, but whatever.
Oh,
I get the
yeah,
idea.
yeah, long
Poison
sword.
my blade.
Yeah, and he's gonna coat the blade with it, and he's gonna say, "You do that yourselves. You got yourself some nifty damage. It's not gonna last too long though, so a couple hits, it's gonna be over."
All right. Mechanically, what does this do?
It just adds 1d4. Well, okay. People that get hit by your blade, we're gonna have to roll a DC 14 Constitution save. If not, they take 1d4 damage per turn.
Okay.
And they are inflicted with the poison condition, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yes.
Okay. I'll have this in the description of. Actually, I'm gonna make a new longsword and just put poison blade. Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Wait. So
Could do a global damage modifier.
I was gonna add into the description like make a DC con, like explain like what all extra. It said D4 poison damage.
Yeah, 1d4 poison damage per turn. Well, at the start of its turn.
Right.
Right. I mean, that's pretty good. Like constant damage.
wait. Where did he drop the venom in some sort of flask or directly into the fucking weapon?
Right now it's
on a rag.
Yeah, it's on the rag right now. He also gives you the rag, and he's gonna say that you could probably coat some 2 more blades with this rag.
Oh,
Right.
so how? I hope it lasts some time. The rag.
Well, that does kind of depend on how you store it.
Damn it.
Right. All right. Yeah. I mean, thanks a lot for the present.
Oh, hi. Thank you.
You got the. You can
cool.
add yourselves 3 potions of healing.
Nice.
I mean,
Apparently
you
Theodore's
guys take it. I'm fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 3,
I'm
so.
I'm going to point
Yeah,
to
there's 3.
Is
I want
Yader
to-
going to be carrying all 3 of the potions?
Dude, you got the
I don't know. You have 100 pockets.
I want to like signal rivers for 2 things. One, I want to make a gesture of a flask. I wish I could show you with my camera. In a bucket.
A flask?
Yeah, let me. You have my camera, so you can see. Basically, I'm going to do this with my hand.
Okay, yeah.
What does he say to that?
He's gonna ask you, you want me to get you some drink? Some moonshine?
You're asking for an empty
close
bottle?
enough. Yeah, that.
Oh, okay.
Wait, exactly.
You know, I'm gonna say me figuring out was me figuring out what Voss is trying
Yeah,
to
yeah,
say.
yeah. He's gonna look over, you know, and he's gonna say, "Oh, well, I mean, I can't get you that myself, but I can tell you where you can get them."
That would be good enough.
He's gonna go ahead and point. Well, you really got two options. He's gonna point back to the merchant that you had previously seen, who sold you the bow and arrow, and then he's gonna point all the way back to the gates, and he's gonna say, "Or you can get yourself some supplies at the commissary, you know, for some buoys. They ought to sell some bottles and stuff like that."
Frankly, I like neither option. So
You could also, you know, lift them off somebody else who might not need them. Although I don't condone that, I am the lawman around here, Settlement 73.
You didn't hear it from me, but you can rob people.
you heard it here first, but not at all. Well, I guess our best option is the merchant. I look over at Faust. How do you feel of this?
I will nod lightly with the head.
Okay.
So Gator's gonna ask him. He's gonna pull the pickaxe off of his bags. Like, where can I make some good use of this, and what can I sell it for, or sell what I dig up for?
Well, everything you dig up, you can exchange for buoys back at the gates. You can get yourself something to dig. Pretty much, he's gonna just look around the whole floor and like all over and say, "Yeah, you can start anywhere if you like." Though most people seem to be finding some good luck with ores over at the mountains off to the west.
West. That's that direction.
That is conveniently where we're currently going. Oh my.
This is awfully suspicious. Everything seems to be leading us in one direction.
Well, I mean, that's where the mountains are. That's where you'd find stone and ores. Right now you're in the desert.
I know where to find stone and ores, boy. I'm a dwarf.
Those mountains are probably the good mountains. We're heading to like the tiny baby mountains that probably have like, I don't know, limestone. Like I don't know.
Stone is stone.
Listen, don't let the name fool you. It tastes nothing like limes.
Yeah, never have I tasted a lime.
All right. So, actually, as we are speaking of potential income, I'm a bit of a surgeon, you could say, a man of medicine, if you will. Is there anyone that requires any medical aid that could potentially reward a doctor, I suppose?
He's gonna give you an up and down look. He's gonna say, "You're a doctor?"
Well, somewhat, you could say. I lived a long time by myself. You gotta learn to treat wounds, pop some bones back into place.
Sure, if you say so.
I show him a healer's kit that I have on me,
Okay.
like with actual medical, so he doesn't think that I'm like magical.
Yeah.
Just
He's gonna say, well, here in 73, as far as I know, we ain't got no injured people so far, aside from these poor suckers, and he's gonna point to the bodies. Sorry.
yeah.
I just picture these bodies were taken care of by just being buried nearby. So, like there's like a hole that like it's all bloody and there's like a little bit of dirt that's been moved.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad to see nobody ate them.
We're not that desperate here.
More for me. No.
He's gonna say, well, I mean, but I'm sure you can always find some people that might need some help in any other settlement. Here, let me mark it on your map.
Yay!
And he's just gonna say, yeah, you could find people in need of anything pretty much anywhere. This is people living in very dire situations. But here in 73, everything's good thanks to Rivers.
Sure. There's, everything's right here. Well, I suppose that's it for me.
Okay.
Actually, and I get a little bit closer to him.
Okay.
Speak a little quieter. Do you think of anyone that might be in need of a... Well, let me say it another way. I suppose I can... I have ability to conduct some ceremonies, I suppose. Burials and stuff like that. Is there any place that can... that may need such things, do you think?
He's gonna recoil a little bit, and he's gonna give you a weird look, and he's gonna say, "You talk about witchcraft?"
No, I'm and I kind of look at Jonas a little bit side eye. I'm a man of gods, you could say.
He's just gonna give you a little bit of a laugh. And he's gonna say, "I'm just fucking with you, man. Where do you think I got them potions from?"
Fair. Yeah, actually, where you got them?
And there's a small settlement where people of certain magical inclinations tend to convene. Got myself a couple friends there. They gave me potions. I do a little bit of favors for them here and there.
Yes, we've heard of this. Yes, it's to the west, near the mountains.
A little bit more to the north, yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
You can find any type of people, and they don't usually stick together too much. But you know, if you want to find something like that, might be able to. Between you and me, and you might not find this super morally right, but these bodies here, a couple of them are going to be going in their direction.
Some go steps back a few steps. So kind of practitioners.
Well, it depends really on what you're looking for. I can tell you about one guy in particular. He seems to deal with those type of rituals more than anyone else. Creepy guy, but as far as I know, stand-up guy.
Aye. Yeah.
And where is we could find such a man, or find this person?
Well, we don't really give ourselves that kind of information between each other. We just really agree to meet up at that one spot every so often. Where he goes after that...
The mountains off to the west.
Well, the meeting place is, northwest of here. But like I said, they do tend to split off in many directions after the meeting. It could be anywhere, really.
Fair enough. I will not... I'll inquire nothing further about this. It seems a private ritual of your own.
Maybe we'll find some of the other magic ilk whenever we head to our next destination.
Well, everything seems to be awfully convenient so far, so I suppose we should get rest up and then.
It's getting to be about night now.
I was gonna say, I'd say we go to the merchant and then we'll probably rest for the evening. You guys can rest or whatever, but sounds like we're gonna buy a bottle and a bucket. What do you need a bucket for? Is that Voss's weapon of choice now? Swinging the bucket and hitting people over the head? Yeah.
I mean, improvised weapons, man. You don't understand them.
Yeah, we'll go to the merchant.
I'm gonna go with them. I mean, wait. After that,
I need a bucket for this to make it more legit rather than using that shield again.
Create water.
Can we just dig a hole?
I mean, can you drink from the hole?
I mean,
do you want to drink from the hole?
It is still
Rather
water.
than a bucket, why not get some water skins?
I mean,
Because I can only do it in once per cast, so that's going to be a little difficult to share one.
Yeah, but you can cast it and then we
like,
can fill it
Put
with
all the water skins together in one spot, and then
pretty much.
I mean, I don't know how the
Actually-
DM's going to do it here, but I've used create food and water, and I guess in this case, just create water. Like whenever you make food, like the food appears like on some plates or something, and then like
I mean-
an invisible faucet makes water, and you can just scoop
I
it up.
mean,
with your hand and stuff.
the idea will be that I cast it in the bucket. Everyone refills their water skin, and we drink from what is the rest in the bucket to save the water skin for later.
I mean, technically, we can dig that hole in the ground, and
I mean, water in the
And-
ground kind of, sucks quickly.
yeah, like that's what I said. But I have purify water spell, so I can technically purify it, and it will be fine.
Okay. You know,
How
okay.
dare you?
we can do
Water
this.
Out of the straight hole in the ground is great. You get water and the meal.
Well, hold on. What's the
Fresh
DM thought on
protein.
this?
Yeah.
Does it matter like what we do? Like how's it gonna work?
Okay.
The bucket or whatever.
You can. I'll say that you can cast create water in pretty much any recipient or any retainer for the water, and it's not gonna run out up until you run out the 10 gallons. Like, you could spill the glass, and it's gonna keep on spilling for 10 gallons, no matter how actually dense the glass or flask or whatever is.
Okay.
So that way you
But
don't.
I can, but I can cast less than 10 gallons, right? So it doesn't spill.
Yeah, up to
I
yeah.
mean, it specifies up to 10. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
assuming
You
it's
can make a
two.
droplet if you want. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, great! I didn't talk
well, now
about
that we
that.
figure that out, we go to the merchant.
I'm also gonna go, but like wait
Outside.
outside.
Okay.
Yeah, after they finish.
Okay.
So don't repeat our previous mistakes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yater will stay outside.
Yeah,
Alright.
as they are going in. I'm just gonna. Yeah, if you need any help bargaining, you can shout.
Very well.
Jonas will just give a nod.
You
We make our way in.
go in, and well, the merchant's still shady looking, still just kind of sitting in a pretty much empty room with a blanket in front of him. Sees you and says, "Oh, back for more?"
Not for long, but yes. A flask of clay or of glass, and I, show a relative, size of a bottle or flask. We procure this.
Okay. He reaches down under the blanket, ruffles around a bit, and puts down 3 different sizes of flask, all glass, and says,
All right.
"How many? What size?"
I look over at Bost.
What sizes are there?
Okay, well, I'd say the smallest flask would probably be about 250 milliliters, then up to 750, and then 1 liter.
Now watch this in real measurements.
Yeah.
Do you guys not measure in milliliters too?
No,
We're complete
No,
retards.
we-
it's
they
gallons,
measure-
they-
cups, and ounces.
Oh my
So-
god.
No, they measure in Mountain Dews.
Okay, so yeah, I could actually probably do this in soda sizes.
How many
Let me
football
see.
fields worth of water can we get?
Well, hold on. So the biggest one is about half the size of like a bottle of pop, like the big, the big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can do liters too.
I mean liters. Yeah, that's.
Liter.
So there's just 1 liter, then 3/4 of a liter, and then 1/4 of a liter.
All right.
Small can, big can, big bottle.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
I
so
can't
I'm
even right
going
now.
Can't. God damn it. A water skin actually holds more than a liter.
Does it?
Yeah, it
Water
does.
skin.
It,
I think a gallon.
A gallon?
it is 4 pints, which translates into 1.89 liters.
Yeah.
4 pints.
Well, these are flasks. Flasks for not presumably used as bottles. They are. I mean, I don't know. It's a flask, not a water skin.
I'm going to take out the dampen silk
Mhm.
with the poison and see in which one will fit the best.
I'd say the medium one.
Gonna
Yeah.
poison all
So
of his cups.
I'm going to point to the medium one and the big one.
Okay. He's gonna put them a little bit forward. He's gonna say, "How many of each?"
Mm, and I'm going to point. I'm going to say one.
One of each.
Yes.
He's gonna give you a weird look and he's gonna say, "All right, I'll give you one of each, but you're gonna have to buy something else. One. These two are not even worth one Buey."
I'm going to I'm going to look back at everyone and
We're the only two in
make
here.
a
They're outside.
huh? Oh, so I'm going to look at Jonas and make the gesture with my fingers like coins, you know, money.
Um, I'm gonna whisper.
Yater holds the money
We don't have
in
any coins right now.
one of his
Fox.
mini pockets.
Yeah. I don't know what you were planning to do here, but
I also take trade.
I'm going to lean forward in the counter, like looking interested.
Well, I can probably get you more items, or I can give you these two for small trade. Depends on what you have.
What do we have indeed?
Give him some of the stuff in the herbalist kit. I don't know. Give him. I don't know.
I mean, it is the herbalist kit.
Make him a whole bunch of good berries. Like,
Oh god, that's good.
That's
a whole bunch of food.
That's a good idea. That's actually a good idea.
But they spoil after 24 hours.
Just gonna scam him.
Know that.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm going to take my mistletoe. I'm going to do that little ceremonious gestures I did the first time.
We're showing witchcraft to people.
And I'm going to cast.
Sorry, I was going to do anyway.
Good berries.
Okay.
10 good berries.
10 good berries.
I pick one and I give it to him.
He picks it up with both, but like his index finger and his thumb, and just kind of looks it over and say, "Is this poisoned?"
No. I make it like tweet it.
He's gonna put it back down. He's gonna say, "You eat it."
I will.
Say I eat one too. Yeah, show him.
Yeah. Jonas too. Okay.
Okay. You say then he actually does eat it, and he seems kind of happy about it. It does taste kind of good, and it does give you a sense of, well, being nourished. And he's gonna say, "Okay, 5 of these for these 2 bottles."
I will do the okay symbol.
Okay.
And I will take the remaining 2.
Fucking racist elves, man.
Okay, he's gonna put them in his hand and then wrap them up in like a small like napkin and put a bow around it. Say, "Fair enough." He puts over the bottles closer to you and says, "A deal's a deal. Now please get out. Don't want more of that ritual shit in my store."
I will give him a smug smile and a little smug, and I will take my leave.
Okay.
I give a proper goodbye. I just leave. I don't like this guy.
So I will put the dampened silk inside the middle-sized flask.
Okay.
And I will put it in the bag, the improvised bag we have.
Okay. Yeah.
As well as I believe I'm going to cast. I already will cast Create or Destroy Water in that big, the big flask.
Okay. You now have a flask with poison cloth and one flask with almost unlimited water.
Exactly.
Okay. Was Marston? You also wanted to go in?
Yeah. As they were doing their stuff, can I take off my hide armor?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So as I see them coming out, they are right there. To Jonas and Vlad.
Oh, I apologize. Sorry, I was getting a message. Yes, everything went well, I believe. I still don't like him. Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
I will laugh. I'm going to like laugh a
Don't
little
worry.
bit.
I mean, even if you don't like them, at least they're predictable.
Good
And
luck.
thanks. And I walk into. Hello there, good sir.
What are you buying?
Oh boy.
Well, depends. Sorry. Give me a second.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Give me a second. Yeah, as I'm okay. Depends what you're selling. I'm looking for a replacement for this fine armor that I have on me, and I pointed the hide armor.
Okay.
It's a very solid piece of gear, but a bit too heavy, you could say, for me. I'm more of a light feet kind of guy. So, do you perhaps have some leather, I suppose, armor, something lighter than this fine piece of armament?
I may. I can trade you your armor for leather, but it's gonna cost you a little bit more than the armor.
Well, good sir, I mean, and I kind of do the merchant show the full wares. I mean, this is fine merchandise, almost unused. I literally had it for like days, I believe, and when I got it, perfection.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh fuck! Persuasion.
Yes.
15.
Okay. He is gonna stand up, and he's gonna like take a very close look at the armor that you have,
Mm-hmm.
and he's even gonna do a little bit of a sniff here and there around you. He's gonna say,
I just want to point out,
Mhm.
Marston not once damaged,
Yeah.
so it's intact, completely intact.
He's gonna say, "You've been walking on the desert with this on."
Well, unfortunately, a man's gotta do stuff to survive here, I suppose.
Man's got to get his cardio in.
I'm gonna say, "Fine, leather armor for hide armor." He goes under and the blanket, takes out it's kind of like a chest piece, some arm guards, and some leg guards as well. Puts them in front of you, and say, "That's the deal. But in the future, you're gonna owe me big time."
Well, that's quite that's quite, I suppose, a thing to say with a simple trade, wouldn't you agree?
I'm a man that works mostly through favors. So, eventually, we'll meet again.
Speaking of those favors, I suppose, say if I could repay this favor soon or now, actually, would be pretty nice. I'm unfortunately heading down, I suppose.
Well, if you want to repay right now, I do have something that might require some immediate assistance.
Oh man, the bad guy quest line. We just opened it up.
Oh shit!
I'll be
Well,
back.
before you say anything, I'm a man of convictions, you could say. So I prefer to work very legitimately. Speaking of which, I do have quite a few talents, some common, some less common, if you catch my meaning.
Yes, you and your friends have made already a demonstration of that kind of stuff.
That's I mean less common than that. I give him kind of a wink wink nudge nudge.
I was gonna say.
Are you gonna suck my dick?
I meant magic, but sure, I guess that's gonna work as well. High charisma, man, high charisma.
He's gonna say, son, you find yourself in an island filled with prisoners who did some pretty fucked up shit to get here. There are no clean consciences here.
You don't have to tell me. But let's say I'm trying to get better.
Well, then we can't really work together now, can we? As you can probably tell, this isn't the most legitimate business around.
To be honest, kinda is.
Well, like I said, if you want to repay the favor now, I do have a little bit of something that you could do, but you don't really seem up for it.
Well, what would it be? Broadly speaking, of course.
Well, let's just say that here in 73, I'm the top dog. You get me?
Yeah.
And there's somebody else who's also looking to get in my position, trying to sell stuff on my turf. Now that, I can't abide with. Catching my drift?
I fear I do.
But I mean,
Would you
I guess
say-
that's up to you.
Would you say the solution would need to be permanent? If you catch my drift?
Well, I guess it's not a necessity as long as he knows that no more operating on my territory.
Would it he or she, I don't know, be trouble? Or more, I mean, what I would it require a bit of a, would it be a risk to myself?
Possibly. There's always risk in this island, but as far as I know, my rival here is not the strongest or most powerful.
Well, but does the rival have something? Ah, fuck this whole charade. Does they or have any guards, anything?
Yes, as far as I know, yes. Don't know how many, but it's usually comes with a trade, having yourself some protection.
That is that doesn't exactly sound like a favor to me. That sounds more like a job.
Well, I am giving you a better piece of armor than you're giving me. I'd say it's about even.
Well, to be fair. say, tell you what, you throw in something extra. 1 or 2 buoys, and maybe more. And I'll talk with my friends. We'll give you an answer in a minute.
Fine. The armor and 4 buoys.
Be right back.
Very
Okay.
well.
And I step out. All right. So, I may. How would you like to earn some money?
I will like do that. I don't know, gesture, like
Yeah.
shrug my shoulders.
Personally, I got all I need.
Ah,
I've got my axe,
yeah.
and I've got my axe.
I believe
Okay, I'm
Nine
back.
is he's there we go. Jonas is back.
Yeah. Well, our friend here kind of offered me a bit of a job on the side, you could say. He said he had some, and of course I speak quietly so that if there is anyone here, they won't hear.
Mhm.
He has a bit of a problem, a rival, you could say, and he kind of needs to scare them off, you know. So I don't know. How do you guys? I mean, he said we would earn 4 BOEs. I may be able to haggle a little bit more than that. And he said it's gonna be immediate, so probably right now.
And who is this competition?
Unfortunately, no details. We all know that. All I know is that it's some kind of other merchant tries to, you know, steal his clientele, I suppose.
Have we seen any merchants elsewhere in the town?
Well, they're not exactly out and about in the open. It does seem to be more underground. You gotta know them, or have somebody that knows them to find them.
I don't know. It's a. I mean, it's a job, right? And we seeing that only our friend here, and I look at Yader, has any kind of wealth to his name. I suppose we could. I mean, we could definitely use some supplies, and this guy, however shady he may provide us with. So
I will like make a gesture with a hat and see if you understand what I'm talking about.
Jonas doesn't know. He
I mean, how does rivers walk? Maybe I can imitate that.
Rivers,
Okay.
right?
So Jonas will say, we do need the money, but no killing. We're not here for more time. More suffering doesn't need to recur due to us. Is that fair?
Honestly, I was also
I'm
hoping to.
I'm all for
avoid-
slaughtering my enemies, but
Well,
this isn't going to help us
yeah.
escape the prison.
I will make a gesture of crushing something with my hands, and then cover my face with my hands and like make it look like I'm crying.
Listen, if you really want it, I'll go ahead and knock you out.
I thought I understood that at first, but maybe not. Stealth?
What?
Sneaking?
Hey, barbarians,
Mm,
master of stealth.
No.
Wait,
No.
yeah, kinda. What?
How to put it in a way?
Just say it. Just say it.
Please.
Well, I can't say it.
Well, you're talking, so like OOC it.
I mean, I'm trying to say something like, if we crash his, what do you call it, shop, that is going to cause some suffering.
Actually, what if this other shop has better deals? Oh no, this guy
Yeah.
tried to trick me out of the little green booger rocks. Whenever I was trying
Fair.
to get my boo.
I don't know, honestly. It's tempting, but I don't know. I'm trying to change.
A little
and
bit of interference. Could you repeat that?
Yeah, I mean, it's tempting, and I said I probably could negotiate a bit more, and I'm kind of look like pleadingly to Jonas for any kind of like approval or something like that. I know I'm trying to get better, but I don't know if
Listen, we'll do what we need to. I don't think we should. Nobody should get hurt. We don't have to do this, but
yeah, I know we don't have to do this, but do we?
Again, I want to bring it up. What do we really need that we can't get on our own?
Yeah, that's actually a good point. If you can get something that we can get in another way.
Like, we're good on food. We've got our weapons.
he
Need
was able
nothing
to-
else.
He was able to get us glass. That seems quite valuable.
Water skins, fine.
The what is it? OOC. Yeah, Jonas would see glass as pretty valuable, especially considering he came from like a fishing group that had probably never
Right.
seen. So
Right.
you know. I mean,
Ever the pragmatist, though. It's like, aye, glass is nice and shiny and pretty, can hold stuff. Is it necessary?
not it, but there may be other things if he's able to get that. Though at the same time, once again, depending on who it is. I assume at this point we've moved away. We're in an alleyway talking or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not directly right in front of the store just discussing
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
I've had D and be
Mhm.
like that. It's like, oh god, all right. How much did he hear? You know,
Roll
I'm
for
running
initiative.
shotgun. Come on.
Yeah.
So, I say if we do the job, play it by ear. But Gator brings up a good point. We may not need to. If we set travel now, we could be halfway there before we have to rest for the evening. If we do travel west.
Hey, as I said, I don't see the point. We can earn
Fine.
our own here, get more glass if we need it.
This is a very different side of Yater. A sensible side.
Yater is very against waste.
All right, fair enough.
And this
Yater
seems
the
like it would be
pragmatist?
waste. Yeah,
Is
pragmatist.
he pragmatic?
As I said, he's all for slaughtering of enemies, but this is a hit. It's not an enemy. And this guy can't offer us anything that we can't get ourselves. So that's where Yater's coming from.
All right.
I mean, nature
Alright,
does
I
provide
guess I'll-
for me, so
I guess I'll tell him we'll pass.
Okay.
Right, so be it.
He's gonna ask you then. So no armor then.
No armor then.
Very well. And he's gonna put back the leather armor that he was offering you underneath the blanket, and he's gonna say, "Well, it's about closing time. if you would please. And he points to the exit.
Well,
We were just talking
I'm
about things
doing-
we can get,
Uh,
we can make ourselves, and we've already we've lost something now.
yeah,
Oh man.
pleasure doing no business with you.
I
And
wish I
walk
could say
back
the
in.
same.
Listen, we're
I
gonna
walk
we're gonna go on adventures. We're gonna find stuff to trade. So
I suppose. I'm not giving up my daggers. All right, I walk out, and I guess we're gonna go a little bit.
don't
And
feel too
then-
bad. So far, walking this island's been a breeze.
Yeah, you have pubs out
you
in the open.
Listen, I can tell you some nice dwarven muscle building techniques. You won't even need armor.
I'll keep that in mind.
You can explain it along the way. Let's go.
Yeah,
We get the trap.
yeah. I'm putting armor back on. Shit. Disadvantage on stealth. I think I'm good at.
Is your AC decreased because you have the armor on?
No, my AC would stay the same with
Oh,
leather, but
you
I
would-
wouldn't have disadvantage on stealth.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Why do-
That's still pretty bad.
Okay, well, it's now nighttime, and you are in the middle of a settlement. The streets, you can see that now they are a little bit more eerie looking, and you can feel eyes on the back of your neck constantly. Where do you guys want to go?
I
So we
mean-
just march out into the wilderness. See
Or
out there.
actually, yeah, probably. Unless we go back to Jimmy.
Up to you.
I don't know. Do we? Or just out in the wilderness?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Jimmy's fine. His place is pretty safe,
The desert is cool though.
especially with a dwarf barbarian watching over it.
Yeah. Actually, we could make some further repairs.
Fair enough. All right. Sure. We'll rest until morning.
Okay, you head back over to Jimmy's, a place that you already kind of spruced up a little bit. He gives you a welcome, not really expecting you to come, but he is clearly happy to see you once again.
Hey, what a back, old man.
How do you? Well, you guys want to take turns, I assume, keeping watch.
Yeah. Also, if you, I don't know, I'm gonna actually take Yader on this. Wait, not on the side, but just gesture him to. Maybe we could spruce it up a little more. Try to fix it a bit, at least.
Hey,
Pay a little bit back.
Wait, so
Or-
where are we? Where are we?
Near Jimmy's.
Jimmy?
Near Jimmy's.
You still have your bowl
we-
full.
Yeah.
There was that one
Yeah,
place we
there
built.
was.
Yeah.
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 So if we are there, I'm going to go to my home.
Okay.
Right. So me and Yader are gonna try to repair the house a little bit further and go
yeah,
to
spend
sleep.
some time trying to fix up that roof some more.
Okay, well, that's easy enough to do. You continue with this little venture to fix up the house, and it's a little bit better. It's still not the best work, but it works just fine.
Listen, give us a few weeks of this, and we'll have something here to rival the strongest of dwarven holds.
This is the starting house of Minecraft. Now we're going to dig some rock.
I need to go get my hands on the cobblestone pickaxe.
Oh boy. All right. Then I get, who's
Drop me
taking
diamonds
first
into
watch?
lava.
Who's taking the first watch?
Yader will take third watch.
I'll take first.
I guess I'll take second.
I'll take last.
Okay.
Right.
Of us.
The night is quite the loud night for most of you. Even though some of you go to bed and Jonas is the one watching over you, you all hear, since you're kind of close to one of the more populated areas of the island, you hear that there is an onslaught. Not directly close, but still not too far away. It is by far the most aggressive knight that you've passed.
Be right back.
Sure. Jonas, you see that at the distance, some settlements towards the south, in this region over here. Oh, it's not working. Oh, I'm dumb. In this region over here, there's quite some fighting going on around there, and nothing really comes close, and he's still too far away to even really tell who might these people be. So it's just easy to assume that it's you know, just regular gangs fighting over some stuff and raids and whatnot. Then second watch comes, and you see pretty much the same thing. Although as the night progresses, it starts to calm down a little bit. And eventually, after each and every one of you keeps on watch and sees that the island is in fact becoming a little bit more aggressive and violent as the days go on, daylight comes, and you are all safe, as well as the rest of Settlement 73 passed a peaceful night. What do you guys want to do?
No. I guess breakfast and
Pop a berry. Yep, hunt for breakfast.
oh, pop a
And,
berry. Hunt for breakfast. All right. I guess we go. Actually, no.
I'm back.
I'm gonna bother Jimmy once again.
Okay.
I'm back.
Jim?
Yes.
Jimmy. I have
Yes.
a question for you. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you even know about it, but have you heard of this? What was it? Snake thing? Snake beast? This. Wait, Jonas.
Yeah, I'll probably be just like, well, actually, no, if you're up, then I'm up. Yes, what do you need? I'll come in.
What was it called? That thing, that creature that destroys the cities in the.
Yes, the Dow
the
Draw.
Yeah, yeah. You know anything about it, Jimmy?
yeah, Yater's gonna burst through the door. It's like something he's very interested in.
Okay, Jimmy is gonna say, I have heard many things from many people regarding the giant beast. Some know as Dowdra. But it is hard for me to have any real information on it. It is powerful magic at play surrounding the events of Dowdra. I do not fully see what happened, and I am worried.
Is that magic similar to what we're hunting down?
It is hard to say. When I am able to see through some things, it is like seeing things through thick glass. When things are unclear, it is like that glass becomes more and more curved.
Hazy, you could say.
In a way. Everything that went down with Dowdra in the mainland was very hazy for me, as well as everything that is happening in the island today, also hazy. But it would not be the first time that something like that has occurred to me in my visions.
When else has it
didn't
happened?
Excuse me?
When else has it happened?
Well, you've heard of the ancient capital of the continent?
Can I roll a history?
Sure.
My character might know.
I heard the what was left of it.
Marston doesn't know shit. He's
Okay. Well, it is a fairly well-known story that there was once the largest city in the whole continent that was in the middle of the continent was kind of abandoned about 100 years ago because of a sort of plague. The details to it are barely well. There's few details around exactly what happened. But everybody does know that a lot of people died and had to be abandoned and moved over to some other place.
Jonas will pipe up. I know of such things. Scarcely.
I was born in that capital many, many years ago. And it was when it happened that I had my first vision. It was hazy, much like the events of today and the past year. Although I just assumed that the reason my visions were not clear, it was because I was simply not fully attuned to them quite yet.
Yes, we had a seer in our tribe. He would need mushrooms from the local forest. We would bring them to him. He would see things.
Boy, I done that
Well,
too.
He speaks
yeah.
earnestly. He's Jonas isn't joking when he says this.
I just look at him. My nose. Do you wonder why I left that shithole?
Wait, what did you say?
No, nothing. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I guess. Thank you for your shelter, Jimmy.
It is always a pleasure. You are helping me clean up the house, and that I will always be thankful for.
Of course. Maybe with more time, we might be able to fix it up better. But we do have travels we need to get to. Marston is correct.
Building is a dwarf's pride.
I agree.
All right, I guess we go.
Okay. You head off to the settlement that he pointed out, I assume.
Yeah.
It needs our help.
Okay. It doesn't take you that much time to reach this small settlement. And it's pretty much the same kind of environment as always, except that this is on like a hillside. And there's some pasture, and they do seem to be some cattle even. It seems like these people have been fairly comfortable away from most of the issues, and it seems kind of peaceful. However, as you start approaching, you do see the cattle, but you don't see the farmers. You don't see anybody there.
Perception.
I'm sense.
Perception time? Did someone say perception?
This does kind of feel Trigunish. Yeah, I feel it.
I
Let's
feel
see
it.
here. All the like country stuff.
Yeah, lots of desert and some sort of post-apocalyptic nightmare.
Listen, I was from Arkansas. I know about country stuff.
Take me home.
For as much country as I've seen, I haven't-
Ozark Mountains.
All right, so
You don't.
what are we looking for? I'm sorry, not continue.
No, that's fine.
Dead bodies.
Yeah.
Anything suspicious. Smoke on the horizon, etc.
There really
I've
isn't
not
much.
been in hell prisoner.
That you can tell the farm or the small settlement that does have a couple of farms around it. Well, there's no blood, there's no smoke, there's not really much of a sign of anything that would alarm you. But as you walk through, you start noticing different things. Are you just gonna walk through? What do you guys want to do?
think
What will we start
as
noticing?
Well, you start noticing that once you get into pretty much the heart of it, there really is nobody here, as far as you can tell.
Hmm.
I'm gonna pop divine sense again.
I want to
sorry,
make.
congrats.
I want to look for like clues that someone was here.
Okay, roll investigation.
Okay.
I
I mean,
do I sense anything?
track more like tracking.
Sure. You don't sense.
Can I do?
No, nothing come from your divine sense.
All right.
Can I do survival for tracking? Investigation.
No, I would say that it is mostly investigation.
Okay. Okay. Wish me luck, guys.
Well,
Fuck.
Thanks. Well, it doesn't really seem like anybody's been around this town for quite some time to you.
are there any nearby houses?
Yes, there is a total of 3 houses in this, in the most, well, settled area of the settlement.
I'm gonna walk up to one of those and knock on the door.
Okay.
With a hand on my rapier, I'm gonna join
I was gonna
Yader.
say, yeah, something's wrong here. Jonas will just say that something seems wrong here. There should be people
I don't
near the
I don't
livestock.
sense any foul magic, but might be something more.
Do I hear any response from the other side of the door? Do I
Uh,
smell anything?
As you go over to knock on the door, your knocks slowly push the door, as it was already open, but just parallel to the door frame. You open the door and it slowly creaks.
Alright, that's creepy. Hello? Anyone home?
Okay, well, you can see through the small opening now in the door frame. There is in fact a man inside this house that you weren't to knock to. And then there's another man in front of him. Though the lighting is dim, your eyes... okay, well, your eyes adjust to the lighting inside the room, and you see that this man is not in front of the man as much as one man is holding the other by the throat. And
Alright, gonna have to ask you to stop right there. Pull the
The
axe out.
criminals come.
you quickly begin to identify the man that is being grabbed by the throat as a large, muscular man, easily 3 times your size, Yader. Covered in, well, his right arm covered in the mark.
Shit. Wait, he is being.
And he is being held up in the air by the throat.
Oh
Benny?
fuck!
Buff Benny is being
By
held up.
whom?
As Yader bursts in and starts trying to interrupt this, Yader, you hear the around the neck of the man. His body goes limp and drops to the ground. And you see the man turn around to you that was holding this man up. Significantly shorter, although there's quite some peculiarities to him. He is brandishing a weapon on his back that does not seem like it came from this place where your weapons are rusted or old or mistreated. This weapon is shining. This weapon has a beautiful hilt. He also has an armor, and he also has a mask on.
Boy, I was gonna challenge that man to an arm wrestling contest.
He looks over to you, and without saying a word, just begins approaching slowly.
I gotta swing the
Oh,
axe, man.
holder. No, god damn it.
He approaches me with malicious intent.
Well,
Wait, you gonna swing the axe or?
Oh yeah, I have
Yeah.
rolls I can do.
Ah, shit.
okay, 1 second.
I was. God damn it.
Rage.
Leave it is.
I did not want it to come to this.
Do you guys believe I can still kill that giant man?
I took persuasion for every.
Maybe with a revivify spell, but I doubt you got that.
Let's get you guys in the board.
Shit.
So
Are we just gonna drag ourselves into the map?
yes, please.
Oh, I'm already there.
Ah, it works, I think.
Wait, so
Oh,
it's like
Wait,
this?
is this gonna work? Oh, it works. Look at that.
You can see your HP now. Nice.
Ooh, my. Wait, I have more HP, I think. Wait. I think I should have more. How much I have?
I don't know why it keeps bugging me that Jonas has a red bar for health and everyone else is green.
Um,
I think I should have more HP. I have 20. I had 29. I think. HP. I was one lower than Yader.
okay.
I'm gonna fix it.
That's just my obsessive compulsive instincts talking. It's-
Yader, you see this man approaching you slowly, all the while reaching for his sword, and you go yourself for a swing at him. And all the while, his hand is still on the hilt of his sword on his back. You go over to hit him, and as you swing, he stops your swing by the like the pole of your axe, and then pushes it away.
Hey,
And continues
get your hands
approaching
off
you.
Katarina.
He continues approaching you, and I think we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative.
Fuck.
interesting.
Alright.
For some reason, I'm moving the token around, but it's not moving for you guys.
Yeah.
Oddly
Dude,
enough.
Roll 20 so busted, ATM.
Yeah.
Let's see. How does this?
Oh,
Look
Okay.
at this, gentlemen. Take a closer look at that initiative.
10 foot.
Yay.
1 second. Where's my die?
man, fucking hero, what is it me?
As always, it will seem that Marston has the slight sharper advantage over Jonas.
Damn. Okay.
Hey man, it happens. Whenever you're not
Oh.
a deck, so
Happens. And they say Dex paladins are shitty.
Okay.
doing wrong.
Okay. Very well.
Right.
He's gonna push away the axe, Katarina, as Yader tries to attack him, and then he's gonna quickly draw out his sword, much quicker than you would expect, and he's gonna go ahead and roll an attack against you, Yader.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Sounds like fun.
Sounds like fun.
Yader, you take 19 damage.
That
Oh,
gets halved.
Jesus fuck.
The man pushes away the axe, grabs his sword, and very quickly slashes down at Yader.
Ah, that's the best you can do.
We don't know what he rolled. Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, Marston. It's your turn now.
Fucking crazy.
Fuck. Alright. I have two options. A safe option or a Hail Mary. Fuck. Alright. Let's hope he's not too wise. And I'm gonna point at him, grab my amulet, point at him with my finger and say, what do I say? Fuck, I don't have the commands on this one. I have it here. I'm gonna say, fuck. Gentlemen, halt! And I'm gonna cast command on him using the hold option.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna ask for a wisdom saving throw of 14.
Okay. 1 second.
I should.
Okay, he's gonna miss.
Why? Yeah.
There
So
wasn't
that's-
hearing anything.
That's you
The
halt him.
halt option, the last one.
Yes.
That's not on his turn.
Okay, so you get a free turn on him.
Yep.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Get him! And I'm gonna it's a thing. Do we actually use flanking or not?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
we,
gonna put it up to vote. No, not.
I
I say
mean,
no because we're gonna get
we-
wrecked at some point.
All right,
I would
then we
love
don't.
flanking rules.
Of course
Then
you
I'm
would.
I'm gonna go here to
I mean,
avoid.
we did use flanking the last
We did
battle
use,
with
but
Skyrim.
it was like up in the air. But if we don't, then we don't. I'm gonna move here anyway to avoid Yader's fucking aura. But
You're still in it.
yeah,
You're still in there.
am I?
Yes, 10 feet.
Oh fuck, it's 10 feet. All right, then I'm not gonna move at all.
I mean, even if you don't move.
Fine. I mean, actually, Marston doesn't
Can't you
know.
make it
Marston
not hit
doesn't know.
allies or something? Is there specificity to
No,
that?
it hits everything.
Double check that. 'Cause I
Yeah,
remember,
Marston
Seth had
doesn't. Marston moves. Marston doesn't know that either has superpowers now.
Yeah, but you start walking through and the air starts to feel heavy with fucking heat.
What the fuck is going on? All right, that's my turn.
okay.
Oh, yeah, that's my turn.
Jonas.
So I still got my hand on my my hilt, but I'll call out to the guy. What business have you here? I'll say. Does he respond?
He does not respond. Doesn't even look like he heard you.
Okay, well that's unfortunate. Yeah, make my way up, and I'm not going for lethal here. I don't know, Jonas. Actually, you know what? I may not be going for lethal, but I will probably poison him to death. So swing with a sword.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
You go ahead and you swing your poison-coated sword at him, and he very quickly just pushes away your sword with his own sword,
Okay.
deflecting the hit completely.
Shit.
Pass turn.
Okay, Vast.
I think everyone, as soon as their turn ends, is taking like 2 damage or something from my aura.
What? Right. When do we take
Yeah,
it?
it doesn't specify. It's the issue.
I believe it's on. Yeah, our turn.
When you activate it. So it's when you take a bonus action to activate it. So now we don't. No, I did. I did when you
How
activated
much did I
first.
move? It was like. Yeah,
That's
I
true.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
take,
I.
Oh, I see. Whenever I activate my
I-
aura, okay.
so
grabbed
so when
Jonas'
when you activated, I took
So as
the
a
damage
bonus
and
action, I
then-
can inflict 2 fire
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So Jonas, you're
Uh,
fine. You're fine. You're up to full.
Nice.
Because I don't think you were in the aura. Only I was.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I grab Jonas' shoulder and like I try to. Let's see. I close my eyes and I start looking a little bit senile. If that recalls something to him.
What exactly? Wait, what are you doing?
I'm like trying to imitate a blind old man, you know? It's a
Okay.
blind old man you know about.
Wait.
Hmm.
All right. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So, as that, I'm going to. That was 20 movement speed, so I'm going to move 1 and 2 back around here, and I'm going to cast Produce Flame. What is it?
Okay.
Yeah. So it just a flickering flame appears in my hand.
Very well. And that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay. Then Yater, it's your turn. Oh. Yater?
Gator?
Either.
Oh, it is muted. Are we doing flanking rules?
Yes.
No.
I
Okay,
mean,
yeah.
last time we did.
All right.
Yes,
mean,
I
it
Let me
depends.
ask again. Are we doing flanking rules?
So are we
we-
not? Because I was also confused.
Actually, real quick, DM, I want to clarify something.
Yes.
Are we doing flanking rules?
1 second. I'm gonna check if we're doing flanking rules.
All right, so
Everybody in the viewership killed.
there's a question in the chat if we're doing flanking rules. No.
Okay, chat vote. Are we doing flanking?
All right. So,
No,
Yater's gonna sidestep,
like I said,
try
I'm
and distract this guy with his
Okay,
ally
all right.
behind him. It's like, I'm gonna make a set of earrings out of your rotten teeth and send them to my grandmother. And take another swing with Katarina.
Okay, go for it.
16.
As you all start to surround him and start taking swings at him, blocking each and every one, he also blocks your swing. Pretty much pushing away the axe once again, but this time with his foot, just kind of kicking it away.
Well, he can't block this.
Okay, but he
Eat
does
shit.
in fact take.
Jonas and Marston take that as well.
The
Sorry.
heat
Yeah.
was hot and the ground was dry.
Okay, that it for your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna go ahead and look over at both Jonas and Yater. He's gonna take one swing of the sword.
No. No, he does not.
Why not?
Because command.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, that's
Cannot
right.
move and
God,
cannot take
no.
actions.
That's true. You're gonna see the intent of him trying to swing, but his body freezes up as his muscles start to twitch,
Ah,
and I guess that's the end of his turn. Marston.
All right. What armor does he have?
It does seem to be a combination of plate and leather. You're not totally sure he is covered in a cloak.
So heavy.
Yes,
Kind of ish looking.
heavy looking. Yeah.
I
You
have.
roast this guy?
Huh?
bless.
I won't
Let's
say
see.
anything else. You know what?
I have some stuff. Shit. Oh no. Alright. I'm gonna. Does shouting to him count as an action or anything? Just one
No,
word?
that's a free action.
I'm of course pull out my rapier and shout to him, Dieter, and see if he has any reaction.
Okay. He will very lightly turn his neck towards you, though he does seem to be struggling because he can't really move because of your command. But he just kind of looks a little bit towards you. No response other than that.
Making an insight check would be an action against that.
I'd say so, yes.
Yeah, then yeah, no, fuck it. Alright. I'm gonna cast or no, I'm not gonna cast. Or no, I will cast. I will cast as a bonus action. I will cast Shield of Faith on Yader.
Okay.
So you get +2 AC.
Hell
Yader.
yeah.
And down to one spell slot because it's stunned. And as an it's an action, I'm gonna grab my necklace with one hand and then stab the ground with my rapier, looking at the guy, and I'm gonna use this Nature's Wrath. gonna ask for a strength or dexterity saving throw from the.
Okay, well, he's gonna roll for a dexterity saving throw. What's the DC?
14, the same as mine.
What's up?
It's 14, he said.
Okay.
He's kind
14,
of quiet though
14.
right now.
Damn, rolling really bad. Yeah, that's a miss.
Oh, all right. So you guys see as the moment Marston stabs his rapier into the ground, just a net of spectral thorny vines burst out of the ground and wrap around the guy, completely restraining him. And he is restrained for the foreseeable future.
He can take a saving throw at any time, right? And then it's turn.
Yeah, it's at the end of each of its turns.
Okay.
And he is restrained. So additional advantage on attacks for everyone.
Okay. Is that it for your turn, I suppose?
Nah, I'm gonna move. Nah, I'm gonna move back. You guys have advantage.
Okay then.
Wait, will it provoke attack of opportunity?
Well, I mean, I believe he can't really do much about
if
that.
you're
can,
restrained, he can attack, but he'll have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, he's gonna go for it then. Marston, you
Yeah.
take. Oh, damn, what is wrong with my rolls? Okay, that's not gonna hit. That's a 7.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit.
Not really bad. Okay, Jonas.
So, at this point, Jonas is probably going to remember he has a poison blade. He's going to throw it down. I'm going to try to grab the blade from him, try to wrestle it from him. Because I don't really want to kill him. I'm not really looking for a fight. So, can I do that?
You can try.
That's the correct answer.
That's
All
my
right,
favorite answer as a DM.
I think it's athletics versus athletics. Where's my athletics at?
Athletics
Man.
versus athletics or acrobatics. Each choice.
Oh, he's gonna
I guess
use some strength, but I don't think that's gonna matter. Yeah, it's a 15.
Oh, one addition. Any dexterity saving throw, he has a disadvantage while restrained.
Yeah, well, he does use
I mean,
strength for it.
saving throw.
Like,
Alright.
I mean saving throws. It's just saving throws.
Oh, just saving throws in general?
Dexterity
Just saving
saving
throws.
throws.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, it's a strength.
he's pretty well past. So I try to grab it, wrestle it back. He pulls back.
Yeah.
Pass turn.
Very well, Vast.
Okay.
Can I say something fast, real quick?
Yeah. I think.
Fucking kill him! That's it.
Wait. Who? Who said it?
Marston.
Marston said it to you,
Ah.
pointing at the guy.
And I'm going to look like really confused to Marston and like make a Y face. Did you
I mean, isn't
hear
it obvious?
Okay. So, seeing what Jonas attempt, I'm going to turn into a lioness. Where is it? Copy token, multi-sided, two-sided. God damn it! This is more confusing with all these options. So, a little bit back. I'm going to modify the health later. And now, actually, I'm just going to try to grapple the sword out of his hand.
Okay. Well, I mean, same as.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay, that's 26. You
Christ.
event you do leap forward towards him, and you start trying to pull away the sword out of his hand. But you do feel like his hand itself seems to be much stronger. Your teeth don't even start to pierce anywhere around the skin. And as soon as you go over and try to get it off his hand, he does push you away with much ease. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm going to stand back.
Okay, that's also going to trigger an attack.
He only got
Nope.
one reaction.
That's one reaction.
Oh,
Unless
is this
he
the same?
doesn't-
Is this the same turn?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
same
the same
turn.
turn.
I believe so, yeah.
Unless.
I know, combat's going so fast.
Okay, well, Yater then.
What are you fools doing? You're supposed to poke him with the pointy bits.
Not trying to kill him here.
For fuck's sake.
That's not gonna hit. Also,
You're not either.
pretty much the same. He's gonna parry away the attack. Anything else you'd like to do? Oh, he does take, I guess, 2 damage.
Oh, yeah, bonus damage. I'm doing something to him.
And now it's his turn. Okay, so he is
0 speed, attacks at disadvantage, attacks at him at advantage, and disadvantage at dexterity saving throws.
I
Okay.
think he has to spend an action to escape, too.
Yes, I do believe so.
No, he does. He does it at the end of his turn,
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
automatically. Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna go ahead and take a multi-attack, even at disadvantage, at both Jonas and Nader.
Brutal.
That would be. Oh my goodness. 21
At who?
at Yater.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's
Actually, no, hang on. 1 second. No, okay. Yeah, 21 at Yater. And then 18 at Jonas.
You know what? I'm actually gonna use a superiority die to attempt to dodge.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
Gotta roll a 2 here, so D8. All right, cool. I just duck out of the way as he cuts off the, part of my hair.
Okay. So the only one that takes damage would be
the barbarian.
the Barbarian.
Happens, man.
Yep.
Take 9 damage. Well, take half damage, I
4
guess.
damage.
4 damage, yeah.
Yeah, ain't that bad.
Little, so little. Sad.
And as he finishes his attack, swinging at both Jonas and Yater, Jonas managing to duck out of the way pretty quickly, you're going to see that he's going to breathe kind of heavily in frustration as he does not deal the amount of damage that he was hoping he would do. And you're going to kind of see he's going to tense up a little bit. Marston, it is now your turn.
All right.
Wait, did you do the saving throw?
Saving throw, yeah. If dexterity disadvantage or strength flat.
Well, 17, I suppose. No.
Yeah, then it breaks. It's no longer restrained.
Very well. He
Violent.
dramatic. Oh, in a sort of a dramatic sense, he's just gonna tense all his muscles at the same time and break off the vines around him.
Flex it off.
Yeah, pretty much. Next up, Marston.
Shit. Alright. Still have some healing. Seeing as... Seeing as the Shield of Fate was not a great option, I'm gonna drop it. And I'm gonna instead cast Bless on everyone but me.
Okay.
Yay!
You feel the blessing of nature upon you. And you have
And-
extra d4.
Also, Jonas, that's another fire damage, by the way.
Okay, man.
Yeah, and knowing that it would break my concentration, I'm gonna valiantly duck around the corner.
Okay then. Jonas.
Also for Vast. Bless.
Oh, good. Let's see.
Everyone but
see,
me.
see. There we go. Forgot the dot thing.
Jonas.
I'm gonna make another grab at a sword.
Okay, go for it.
Wait, is it for abilities? No, it's not for abilities.
Yeah, unfortunately not. It's attacks, and yeah, I just
Ah.
checked it out for this. All right, but I'm
Kill us.
gonna use the superiority die as well when I'm grabbing him. I gotta add half of the roll to the, and I gotta call it beforehand. So it's a 2, so 13 total.
That would be 12. Okay, that it works.
Bravo!
You
Oh,
successfully grab the sword out of his hand.
All right, and I pointed at him. I'm just like, what is it? I don't want to kill you. Surrender while you still can. And I don't know. Does he say anything?
He looks you dead in the eye. Would that be the end of your turn?
Yeah.
He's gonna attack you using one of his legendary actions.
Okay.
fuck.
God damn it.
He's gonna go ahead and try to punch you. That would be 16.
Fucking deck.
Beats it.
Oh, for a second there I thought 16 damage.
Remind me, because I'm not entirely sure. This is 1 plus your strength modifier, correct?
Yeah, 1 plus strength.
Yeah,
Pretty
unless
much,
you
yeah.
are, unless you have
Yeah.
some sort of ability to boost that damage up.
Okay. Jonas, you're gonna take 10 damage.
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
Even more dangerous without the blade. All right.
Dude has a +9 strength score.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Almost like an actual god here.
And he's gonna. Well, you're gonna recoil from the hit, and then he's gonna look over at the sword that you have in your hand, and he's gonna look pretty dead set on getting it back.
Fair enough.
And Vast, that would be your turn.
God damn it. I will do what I can do better. Be useful. Let's take a little bit of impulse, then let us jump towards him and do what I like the most.
Bite.
Not only pack tactics,
Okay.
but pounce.
Okay.
And
And
really, why
bless.
not?
And bless.
And bless. Alright, bless.
Extra lethal.
Attack. There we go. And to
Plus
that,
24.
I have to add a
1d4.
1d4. Nice.
4. To anyone.
To anyone. To the guy that because I want to see if he is not prone.
He is not knocked prone, but the
Okay.
attack I do believe hits. That's. Did you have advantage? Because
No,
of
it
attack.
was 8 damage. 8 damage.
No.
Advantage from.
The attack.
Advantage. Yes, advantage. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that is gonna hit thanks to the bless, and you do claw the shit out of him, and you claw him, and he does take the damage, but you don't even see blood in the wound that you created for him.
God.
Fuck.
And anything else you'd like to do?
I believe I can't do anything else.
Okay. He is also going to take another legendary action and attack you back, quickly pulling out a small dagger from beneath his coat, and that is 19, which I assume hits.
Yeah, it does.
Did we just attack the final boss? I think like we did.
Oh, you take 6 damage. He just kind of stabs you in the belly as you are on top of him, and then pushes you back. And next up is Yater.
Let's see if I can do some
Dunking
proper
these
damage. So, dance around to up here so we can get the advantage. Swing with Katarina. 18?
Does not hit. You do have
Motherfucker.
Bless though. Oh, that was it. Oh shit, that was it. Nah, man. So close, but no.
Oh, this sucks.
And that it for your
Bonus
turn?
action, 2
Oh.
fire damage
Yeah, well, of course.
to everyone.
You're gonna drop. Jonas.
He is gonna look at all of you surrounding him, and you're gonna see that he's gonna look at Jonas, and he's gonna grip the dagger that he has in hand that he just used to stab Blast with. And just as soon as he begins his movement to attack Jonas with a dagger, you're gonna hear somebody from outside the battle itself yell out, "You can stop that now!" And he's gonna stop in his tracks.
Damn it.
And he's gonna look around. Completely stopped. And then a female figure is gonna drop from the rooftop of the building you are all close to.
Please tell me she got it in the roll to land.
She's gonna approach all of you, and is gonna say, "Well, ain't this a happy little reunion?" And she's gonna look over around the corner to Marston and say, "Isn't it, old friend?
Is this
Your former boss / leader you knew as Angel.
Quickly, what's her race?
She is human."
Fuck. Alright. And what are you doing here, you soft-skinned harlot?
Yeah, I walk out. I don't think it will be much very offensive to say I hope to never see you again.
Oh, well, aren't you sweet? She's gonna go ahead and look back at the masked man. She's gonna say to him, "These men don't have anything to do with our little endeavor. Would you please go ahead and look somewhere else?" The masked man is just gonna stare directly at Angel for a couple seconds, then sheath his dagger and approach Jonas, extend his hand, and
I give him
just,
like a kind of, a suspicious look, but slowly I'll hand the sword back to him.
as soon as
What do you do, you fool?
as soon as you extend it even slightly, he quickly grabs it and sheaths it and begins walking away.
All right. I'd probably jump back at that, but he could still take the sword.
Yeah.
And I'll give a look over at Marston. And another look.
That's what happens when you give the DM a backstory
Fair enough.
full of living characters.
For
Well,
him to ignore. Oh.
Your dog there killed the man I was gonna wrestle with. He's going in my book of grudges.
She
Grab my sword during this conversation.
yeah. Angel is gonna look and say, "Well, I do apologize, although I must say, that man over there is not exactly my dog as much as he is, well, partner, leader, boss, whatever you want to call it."
Oh, he may not be a dog, but he certainly fought like a bitch.
oh god.
I do advise you keep those types of insults to yourself while he is steering earshot. He is not exactly the most understanding and social type.
Aye, says about as much as this little elf slut over here.
I'm yours. It's the gesture.
So, Marston. Funny finding you here, huh?
Well, I could say the same. Last I remember, there was a lot of fire.
Yes, I do apologize profusely for that whole encounter we must have had,
Save it.
of course. But, you know, business is business. One must do what one must do to survive in this world.
For the first time, you guys see Marston actually pissed. So
I expect there's a story with this, but and Jonas will just cross his arms and continue listening.
And well, I'm sure you people have no true desire to, well, get in the middle of our little business here, so I do ask you politely to step out of the way and let us do our job.
I look over at Marston, I raise an eyebrow.
because stepping out of your way is always the best thing that can happen to anyone.
Well, you know what happens to people that don't.
Well, I'm standing here, aren't I?
Yes, much to my surprise, honestly. But I am glad. I honestly had hoped that some of you might have made it. And I'm glad you were one of those. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm sure my partner is already far ahead waiting for me to join back.
Yes, you being here is still part of your ambitions.
No, not exactly. Unfortunately, I might have had a little bit of a career transition in the past couple of years since we last saw each other.
At least one of us.
So you cut out there.
Well, that makes two of us.
Yes, I can see that nice little necklace you got there.
I instinctively grab it. Yeah.
Right. Well, anyhow, I'm sure we'll be meeting soon enough again. It is a small world after all, especially within the gates. Do hope you meet with us in a different type of circumstances, though. See you around. And she's gonna.
Next we meet may not be soon enough.
She's gonna go ahead
Angel.
and walk away.
Right before she goes, I'm gonna shout her. Angel.
She stops.
I just want to ask one thing.
Yes.
That night, did you plan it?
She's gonna give you a serious look, then look away and say, "Not myself, no. It was something that had to be done. And unfortunately, I was also caught up in things that were beyond my control that night. I do apologize. But like I said, in this business, you gotta do what you gotta do to make it." She's gonna look back at you and say, "Nothing personal." and continue to walk away.
Spit on the ground.
Teleports behind.
Jonas will pat Marston on the back or on the shoulder.
Gator's gonna. Gator's leveling his axe at Marston. All right, I'm getting tired of meeting your friends.
Yeah. Just give me a second. I'm gonna go. All right, who's who's hurt the most?
Fucking Gator.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around and one healer's kit on Jonas and one on Yader. The healer.
Jonas
No,
is much more hurt.
I got this. I go to Jonas and cast Cure Wounds.
All right, then I'm gonna patch up Yader. That's gonna be healer's heal. What? So 1d4 plus 4. That's 10 plus 11, 13 hit points to you.
Yeah.
That's max.
All right, I can
I
let it
do.
slide for now, but I am getting tired of meeting your friends still.
I'll explain in a bit. And I'm like, why not? I'm gonna patch up
On all of our spells.
Jonas.
I'll second wind.
You got second
I
wind?
get second winding. Yeah, I'm full now. I'm doing good.
All right then. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
Yo,
but we need to.
There'll be a time when you need a doctor, okay? My intestines are gonna be out, Gator's gonna be decapitated. Listen, we'll need a doctor, okay, bro?
I'm gonna also heal myself with Lion Hand. Up to max
Anyway.
points.
My neck muscles can block a steel battle axe.
After that battle, I'm going to start giving bloopers and clearing the bottle with water.
Gator's instead going to search the house for food. A proper meal.
Well, always, I never give to you a good berry. Neither I share with you water. So you don't have to worry about that.
Good. No charity from fucking elves.
Alright.
Master Dwarf, I do suggest take the berry. We may not have water around here, and it will supply you with both the feed and the water.
No, it doesn't provide water. That's why I need.
I mean,
Okay, to
it's
cast
nourishment.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
I'd sooner drink a fistful of dirt than take anything from an elf.
I will grab I'm going to grab a lot of dirt in the ground and throw it to his face.
God.
Jesus.
He's gonna calmly walk over to the elf,
No.
grab her fucking wrist, and you listen to me, elf. There's one reason, and one reason alone, that my axe and your neck ain't had a formal greeting. These folk we travel with value your life more than they do my grudges. Putting your head where it belongs, far away from your body, would make them upset. These companions are my best shot at leaving this rock and hunting the great worm. So until they see you for what your people truly are, I'll tolerate your presence. But never will it be more than that.
Oh man, the
You know,
racism getting real. Not just memes either.
Yeah.
He'll let her
She
wrist
will,
go
like,
inside the house.
Jonas looks perplexed at this.
She will calmly pass a nail through your cheek.
A
What?
A nail?
Like, no, a nail, fingernail.
Right, but what? Pass it through what?
The cheek, your cheek. Let me.
Oh,
I will illustrate you with
Yeah.
the camera. God damn it!
I think I get it.
Put your finger up to a cheek. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
You just swat it away.
And show him some teeth.
What?
Teeth?
Oh, I thought they said show
Oh.
him some tits. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I mean,
that wasn't what you were
well,
saying, but
It's a way.
I pronounced it wrong. It's teeth. Right?
Master Dwarf, I'm sure you have your reasons, but we need not be doing this right now. I look at Voss as well. Same to you. All right. We we may not have been on the best terms when we got here, but this island will make us brothers. Go find your hunt.
Quoting Halo.
I am quoting Halo.
Alright. I suppose it's time for a
Yeah,
little
whatever. We'll set up some camp here and we'll begin the second section of Marston's story.
I mean, I think we should check for any survivors first.
Actually,
No,
I'm
it's not.
gonna go search that fucking Breaking Benjamin or Broken Benjamin now.
Breaking.
Broken Benjamin. Oh god. So
You have
yeah,
some equipment on him.
we're probably gonna search the houses and the area.
Yeah, like just in general, like if we find anything, like do we need to make any rolls to see anything, or do we just can we just search for the houses and take a bit?
You would have to roll some investigation for it.
All right.
Oh,
Can we help each other so we can get advantage?
Sure.
I will help Jonas on my side.
let's see.
I mean, already rolled.
Whatever. I guess he could give advantage. Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I
I'm
have, like, the highest
gonna
bonus?
give advantage to Yader because my investigation is shit.
I have a +1. Like mine's not any better.
I have -1.
All right, I'm rolling the advantage.
20.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
See?
Cool.
Well, Yader becomes Sherlock Holmes in the investigation. And, well, you go over to the house where the man known as Benjamin Griffin now lies limpless. A limp. I don't know what I'm saying. You see that he looks like he barely got beat. Like there was very little fighting done in itself. It was just the broken neck that you saw, and his fists are also covered in blood.
It's a shame. You're a lot weaker than I made you out to be.
You also see that
Big meat bag.
if you go deeper into the building itself in the house, you see that there are dead bodies in there, all that seem to be beaten to death. Easy to assume that that was in fact the Benjamin guy. And well, you search through his pockets a little bit. Very few things to find that he was carrying. He wasn't really carrying any weaponry. It seems like he really did think that his fists were more than enough to take anyone out, and to a certain degree they were. You find a piece of paper in his pocket that simply just has written the name of the artifact, but written purely crudely, like kind of I don't know,
Childlike.
kind of childlike, and the spelling's all wrong. It looks like he just doesn't really. If he wrote it down, he didn't really listen right, or he doesn't have the ability to write all that well. And it also just says a date. A date that seems to be about 1 month from now.
Huh. Alright.
And he wasn't really carrying much else. And if you do continue on to investigate the rest of the settlement, or just this house, for the most part you can see that there really aren't any more people here. Like, the people that were there, that lived there, were beaten to death. However, all the people that you do see there, none of them really match the description that, small description, but still, that Jimmy had given you about Dieter.
Well, while we're here, can we find any helpful supplies, backpacks, water skins?
Well, I'd say with your roll, you do find more than anything. You find some food. There's jerky hanging in some of the rooms, and there's water skins. There's some bottles of milk, vegetables, even fresh.
All that, it's gonna get spoiled.
And well, supplies not really. Some kitchen supplies, some gardening supplies, even, but weaponry and such, there is none to find.
Nope, those are the supplies I'm after. Got jerky, bottles, water skins. That's important.
Wait, so is there a backpack?
Sure, I'll say you find 2 backpacks in this house you're currently in.
Nice.
I
just need to find out if
get one.
my equipment was left in pocket number 87 or 32.
So I'll take a
So
look at this.
that's the settlement names. Alright.
I take a look at this piece of paper. I assume it's probably handed to me at some point, or I asked for it.
Sure.
And I look at it intently for a couple seconds. Then I look around and I'll say, "Does anybody know what this says?"
I guess Marston probably knows how to read at least common. Elvish probably not, but common.
All right. I hand it over.
Marston also looks very intently handwriting.
I mean, given where we're from, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, that looks like it says the name of the artifact, the Fillamennora. And also,
That's how you spell it.
yeah. And also some date.
The date, if you manage to decrypt it, would say the 3rd Verda of the month of Quayor. Let me write that down.
If you can write it up, yeah. As I convey this, not much else, but
Thank you.
Hey, so this guy was going to meet someone on the 3rd Virgin of the month of Quail.
Weren't your people the ones that invented this system?
Writing? Oh, it's a little bit older than us.
I know. It's a clue.
According to dwarven legends, the gods passed writing down to us first.
As we unceremoniously write lore for the setting.
Shut it.
Maybe it's non-canon, or it's probably non-canon if that actually isn't true. But you know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's canon to Yader.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
He's got the power of the Wog. If he believes it's real, it's real. Wog.
Well, I mean, all right. I guess we're gonna set up. I mean, what hour is it? I imagine it's like near dawn or dusk. Everyone.
it's morning.
Yeah, it's midday right now. Yeah.
It's midday.
Yeah.
So we don't. I mean, we probably need to rest for a bit, I guess. So as we.
Anything that we can take back to town and trade.
Well, aside from the food, I mean, this was kind of like a farm-like settlement.
There's a whole bunch of livestock.
Yeah.
We could bring those, yes.
I'm sure that guy will give you dozens of sets of armor for all the cows.
I mean, actually, that's pretty. That's a fair point.
We could see if more people know about the in the settlement to the west what's happened here.
Yeah. And our Dieter guy also could fled there.
I believe he may have.
We
Well,
we continue or do we stop for?
I think we could rest here and then make it to the settlement by day.
I reckon we head back to town, sell these cows first, then head back to the other settlement.
Surely they
actually
could
a
buy
fair point.
the cows here, or they could buy the cows to the west.
Actually, that's a good point.
The other question
Yeah.
is how will we bring them? We have no rope.
Have we found any rope?
I mean, you.
Branch.
Yeah, you would probably be able to find something to lead the cattle, as they would.
I'll mend that. I saw some rope. We could tie it to them and lead them.
Aye, the elf over there has a face what resembles a cow. Perhaps they'll follow the leader.
That is a good point. Faust, are you able to speak to them?
That's a good.
I was angrily looking at Jader. Then Jonas said, "Good point." I'm going to, what? And then when he says that, I'm going to like, let me think.
I mean, so far Jonas has
Okay.
probably never been racist to you about being an elf, so
No, it's not that. So I mean,
It's
it
only
was
one
kind of
racism,
calling you
okay?
ugly. Okay, well.
Nah, it doesn't.
Let me see.
could,
So
but I
there
don't have those
are a
custom.
lot of cows there, right? What do
Racism chart.
you?
1 tally.
Racism tally. I mean, Yader would run out of the place.
I turned to
I'm sorry,
I
continue.
turned to Jonas and like, yeah, it's okay. I look back to Jonas and like point me and point the cows. And kind of look confused.
We believe we could sell them if we bring them back.
Let me make some sort of nature. I'm sorry. I want to see if I can remember if there is a specific animal to like direct the cows. You know, like there's a special dog that can order the chips and stuff.
Yeah, there are sheep herder dogs.
Yeah, but for cows. For cows.
Well, yeah, they use.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to turn into a dog, and I will start cuddling them, or whatever the word is. I don't know it.
Herding.
Herding you.
Herding. Okay, yeah, that one.
Okay.
I don't have a token for a dog.
It can be
so-
very useful.
So what happens now? I'm going to start barking at them and start moving them or something. I don't
Okay.
know.
Make an animal handling check with advantage.
Okay, so let's see.
I hope that
Animal
the
handling.
elven druid has taken animal handling.
Who takes animal handling? What's even druid? Of all the druids I played, none of them have animal handling. Just make the roll. Surely you have a bonus. Yeah, these are 2,
I mean, I
right?
have advantage.
That's technically average.
The cows seem to be more used to a more sedimentary type of lifestyle and seem pretty uninterested in following around a dog or being scared by it. They just seem to be eating grass and chilling.
Sedimentary lifestyle.
As
I mean,
you
that's actual terminology for it.
It's sedentary.
sedentary,
I mean,
sedimentary.
whatever.
Ah,
Okay, I'm
whatever.
going to try.
Aye. Dwarves love sedimentary lifestyle themselves. Down in the mines.
I'm going to try something like I'm going to try to scare the cows. See if they move.
Oh no, that's
I assume you don't have intimidate either.
Well, I mean,
mean,
it
we're
might be a better
mentioning
roll.
it.
I don't, but I don't care. Okay, what do I roll?
Roll intimidation, yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
I'll try to run over there with the lead as like these things start scattering.
They're
Yeah.
not really scared.
Yeah, they're not scared, but they're just kind of walking away from the annoying dog.
Fair enough. All right, I'll start.
Hey, that's a thing. That works.
all
That
the,
works. They are working away from the annoying dog.
As
What?
if I can ask the rest are herding the fucking cows.
All right, you know what? Yader's gonna go ahead and be the sheep herder dwarf. Gonna go around, intimidate the cows,
Yeah.
scare them into a location.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna try to provide at least some sort of, I mean, whatever kind of burial I can.
All right, you
bodies
listen to me,
inside.
you bovine scum. I'm gonna cut off your hooves and use your feet to tap dance.
Okay, the cows do respond to your yelling and start grouping up and going in one direction altogether. Kind of away from you, really, but it's a start.
Away from me towards the west, hopefully.
In a sense, yeah. But...
I'll help Marston
In a
bury the
sense.
corpses.
Can't depend on elves for anything.
As you all start making arrangements for your next travel and digging some graves for the unfortunately deceased people of the small settlement, you all will be a little bit distracted, and it's been quite some time that you've been here, probably like 1 hour and a half. And eventually, as you're all busy, you're gonna hear a plate break from inside one of the houses. And shortly thereafter, you're gonna see a woman climb out of a window and just haul ass away.
I'm running after her.
Okay, make an
That was
athletics.
someone important.
Make an athletics check, Arson.
Ah, fuck. That's not good. That's definitely not good.
There are no stats for dogs. Do you use wolf instead?
There are starts for dogs. There's literally a hound, I believe.
There aren't dogs. for some reason.
Athletics, you can say.
I think it's called mastiff,
Ah.
but whatever, it's all works.
Did I use anything? I can't use anything. I assume acrobatics won't do anything.
I'm gonna car wheel towards him. The speed of sound.
You bet your ass. Nah,
You have an okay athlete.
ah shit,
Okay.
no.
All right, never mind.
No, I don't have okay athletics.
So, I saw Marston running towards something, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
As-
will run with him.
As I'm running,
Yes.
just shout. We don't mean you any harm.
Make a precision check.
Fuck. Of course.
We come in peace! Angrily shouts the dwarf.
Yeah, well, bolting after.
Oh,
How in the
In
Neither.
some sense, she does seem to hear you as she's running away, but in hearing you, she kind of trips over herself and ends up falling on the ground because she got distracted, and eventually just kind of stops and cowers next to a tree as she started to run away.
I tried
probably
to-
going over to the house where they were. But you guys continue this part. I'm just looking in the window, I guess, or something. Dude, finish up that thing though. I want to see where this goes.
I don't know. I believe I will run to her or something.
Yeah. As Marston finally catches up his shitty cardio,
Peter will walk up as well. Why not?
I gotta take up Yader on his offer. Calm down, girl. Calm down. It's fine. We don't mean any. Really.
Uh,
Yeah.
She's gonna pull out a small kitchen knife, like for cutting, like for spreading butter on bread, and she's gonna like just wave it at all of you as you approach her.
Yeah, I'm putting my
I'm
hands
not
up.
attacked whatsoever.
I'm
Can't
putting
you
my
see
hands
I'm
up
full of being
and
scared out of her mind? Can't you be gentle like me?
Well then, do please explain.
Aye, lass, put down that butter knife. We're fine.
She's gonna hold it up to you and is gonna say, "Are you with the big man?"
Do I look like I'm with a big man?
Well, you seem kind of strong.
Yeah, you kind of do.
Aye, that I am. Gonna flex. I see you've noticed.
She skipped. No, fuck.
I mean, yeah, you're a strong fellow, yeah.
That didn't take away any of your fear of us.
Now it's just pure lust.
Oh, exactly.
Does she look hurt in any way?
No. She just mostly looks very scared, trembling.
All right. It's fine. Wait. I'm gonna pull out my last good berry because I have one more that I pocketed, and I kind of give it to her. Here, it's good for you.
Get that
We don't
shite
mean
out
any
of here.
harm.
What she needs is some real protein.
Just drugging this
Toss
poor
her a
woman.
piece of jerky.
Jerky that you plundered from
Yeah,
Birmingham.
from her own self.
Everybody, listen
He
to
is a
me.
barbarian.
Listen to me,
Looting
Marston.
and plundering's in the name.
Everybody loves jerky.
She is gonna very fearfully take your offerings, and she's gonna look at you and she's gonna say, you really don't mean to hurt me?"
No, we are pretty clear about that, I think.
Do I look like the violent type?
Yes, but not. And I look to her, but not in this instance.
Okay, so what are you doing here?
Hey,
Uh,
came to find a friend of a friend. And I guess we're gonna take these cows since no one else lives here anymore. Shame about that.
yes, as my bearded friend wanted to say, we came here looking for a certain man, and we seem to be caught up in a bit of a scuffle, I suppose. Did you live here?
Yeah, this was my home. I guess,
Oh,
kind of.
well, my condolences.
Well, I have to tell you, it doesn't seem very safe.
Well, no place is safe here.
That's fair. Do you need any help? Are you wounded? Can we do anything?
No, I'm fine. Just kind of shaken up, I guess. You were looking for a man. The other guy was also looking for a man. I suppose you're looking for Dieter, right?
Hey,
Yes. Let me assure you that we mean him no harm. Either we are like my friend said, a friend of a friend.
Well, I'm gonna tell you pretty much the same thing I told the other guy before everything went to shit. Dieter only passed by here. He used to live here many, many years ago. But, he came, just a couple weeks ago. Just passing by. You looked pretty shaken up. I'm not exactly sure where he went, but he did seem like he wanted to be pretty far away from everyone else.
Again with this.
Listen, I know it's hard. The situation is definitely pretty tense right now, but if you could remember anything at all, any detail, any passing mention the set, like it would mean absolutely everything to us. Please.
Make a precision check.
Shitty roll.
Just have
Of course.
the gentle dwarf here. Give him advantage.
Sure.
All right. No. All right.
Okay, well, that's good. She's gonna look at you and she's gonna say, well, like I said, he didn't tell me where he was going after he passed through here. He was just picking up some stuff, I guess. But I knew Dieter from even before, many years ago when we were both in. And, he used to tell me these stories. I never quite believed them, but I think they may be an indicator of where he is right now. He told me that in his early days, he was quite the violent person. But after being imprisoned here for so many years and exploring around the island, he told me that he found this... I don't know, I think he called it a grove. And he said that in there he found peace. He found a way to mend his sins from the past. And that he would sometimes go there and... He said he meditated, but it really seemed like he was talking to somebody.
Did he ever say anything about spiders?
No, not that I can recall.
Marston's face kind of lights up after everything. After he said, thank you very much. What hour is it?
It's still like midday.
All right.
Right,
So, right, you said you don't you already don't need our help in with anything.
Well, I mean, I would rather get my friends back, but I don't think that's an option anymore. No, I'm good, thank you. And if I could ask, could you just leave me one cow to sell for myself and have some way to live?
No. We'll. I'm sure we sell. We'll. My
How many
company.
cows are there again?
We'll leave them for you. Don't worry.
How many cows are there?
5.
5. Let's at least take 2.
I mean,
What's one woman gonna do with 3 cows out here, all alone, defenseless?
fair. I mean, actually, do you know where we? That my friend has a point. We could take them, or you could come with us and sell them. I don't
Wait,
know. Do you
We're gonna be
want
heading
them?
back to City 73 or 76 or one of the fucking numbers. Listen,
Wait,
dwarves
Todd?
know how to count. But we're gonna head back there. You're more than welcome to pack up what stuff you can and come join us.
Yeah,
Sell the
I'm
livestock.
sure
You got right there. We know a couple of good folk.
I'm sure that in a current situation, Buis will be more useful than cattle.
Yeah, I guess so. Fine, I'll come with you.
Again. All right.
We'll pack up. We'll stay in the night.
Do we, or do we go right now? I mean, it's midday.
We might be able to make it back in time.
I think,
We
yeah.
should go.
I'm pretty sure.
To 73? Yeah, you can make it back today.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the safest option.
Tie up all the cows in a chain.
In the chain.
Chain
All
of
right. By the way, I'm terribly sorry. I must have lost my manners. I'm Marston. This is Yader. That's wait. Where's the dog?
I'm right there.
That's Vast. She's not usually a dog, but she's now. What's your name?
Agree, she is usually a bitch. Next time I've got to make a joke.
She's gonna look a little bit confused and just gonna say, my name is Zima.
Glad to meet you. All right. Zima. I know I fucking spelled that wrong. All right. All right then. I help her back up, and all right then. Grab your stuff and we'll wait.
She gets up slowly and kind of like looks back at you all and then heads back to the buildings in the settlement. However, in the meantime, Jonas, you wanted to do something?
Yeah, I'm just looking around her house. I figured since she was running away from something. So I went in there, hand on hilt of sword, looking around. And I'm guessing while I'm snooping around her house, she probably comes back. I'm not feeling anything, so I'm just like.
Okay, well, yeah, around her house, inside her house itself, you can tell pretty easily that she must have been hiding in some sort of a closet inside the main room that you can see that she climbed out of, and you see the plate that she knocked over when she started to haul ass, and the window she climbed out of. And you also see that in the living room there is also more dead people, also beaten to death.
All right. So I'm checking through, looking at probably taking my time with this, right?
Mhm.
Looking around at the corpses, checking where she would have been. Like I said, well, actually, did she go back to her house or is she just where?
She eventually does go back to her house, yes.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. I mean, I imagine we are with her, so I sign to Jonas that it's all.
Yeah, as she walks into the house, she kind of freaks out, but I assume you calm her back down and tell her that...
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's also one of my companions. That's Jonas. Jonas. That's Zima. She lived. She's from here.
I see. Well, I look over the corpses. I'm sorry for your loss. Are we ready to head out?
Yeah, we will.
At least let the last pack some of our stuff.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
she's
tie the cows together.
and we're
Fair
gonna
enough.
do 73. Help her.
Like any glassware that you can find, throw it in one of the backpacks. Or put it in bugle. What are these things called?
Bugles.
Bugle. Yeah.
Bugles. Yeah. Boogies.
Okay.
Boogers.
Yater,
Boogers. Yeah.
do me a favor and throw me a perception check.
Is anybody?
No, Yater particularly.
Oh. Okay.
Yater,
Actually, yeah. No, continue.
It takes you a while to notice, but now that you're inside and have been spending some time with Zima, you notice that the edges of her ears have been cut.
Oh.
So maybe not a human.
Is that a fucking elf that I smell?
Oh no. No, Yaden. Of course. Such a good roll. He noticed a fucking elf.
So is it a fucking elf?
Well, you can assume that she might be. Like I said, the portion of her ears that would give away the fact that she is an elf have been cut. So far, you can really only see the fact that she has scarred ears. You can jump to any conclusions that you like.
Oh, Zima, I got a question for you.
Yes?
Are you an elf?
You can see the blood drips from her face, and then quickly covers up her ears with her hair and says, "Why do you ask?"
I come closer to just make sure, reassure that everything goes smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you going to do to stop a dwarf in his rage?
I know, but I don't know.
There's one thing that I can't stand more than fucking elves. That's fucking liars.
Either calm down.
I already agreed to help you, Knifeear. Makes me sick to my stomach to think I was nice to you. Here you were deceiving me. Of course, what else could be
Bas
deceiving?
is going to. Everyone knows that laughing dog from Hanna-Barbera, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know his name in English, but I'm going to do that laugh.
Right.
Vast, don't. He,
Is Voss still a dog?
Aston says,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Firmly.
it lasts like for about an hour.
Okay.
2 hours. I think 1 hour per drew. No,
I'm
3.
gonna storm out of the house and casually drop his axe on the dog's tail.
All right.
Nat 20.
Oh,
Jesus.
fuck.
Vast implodes.
She drops her form out of sheer fucking shock.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know if he if he
That's
does
all
damage.
Damn it, holy shit.
you're gonna
Oh, God.
fucking kill her.
Let's see.
I mean, you're gonna kill the dog. It doesn't. We won't kill her.
I don't know. 11. So
On his way out of the
I'm
house.
going to. I'm going to go with the stats for dog, so basically that's plus 11 wolf minus 20. So
She's hurt.
I jump. With that cut, I jump away and turn into Bast right away because of the damage.
Right.
I'm gonna turn to.
You're gonna have a cut ass.
Kinda. I'm gonna turn
Kind of, maybe.
Zima and say, "Don't take it personally. He has some issues, I suppose, with knife ears. He tends to say it's nothing personal."
Oh, it's absolutely
Like
perfect.
drop an in-bomb in front of a black person. You know, it's like, he has a problem with your kind. Don't take
Yes.
it personally, though.
Huh.
I don't know how many Woodberries there are, but
It's not you. It's nothing that you did.
I'm going to
Like he said, he's
slowly.
because he doesn't like liars, but
Yeah.
I'm going to eat some of the Woodberries that are left.
Okay.
I believe there were 6 left, so
Is there anything else you'd like to do in the town now that it seems like you're all ready to depart?
I'm gonna heal Vast, I guess.
Yeah.
Back to.
I'm going to give him a halt sign.
So don't.
No, like I'm going to, I'm going to
All right.
raise my hand, like stopping you.
All right.
I haven't took away my, what do you say? I haven't looked away from Jader.
Vast, don't. He's Not-
Gator's already taken off out the door.
yeah. I'm
He's gathering the cues.
I'm speaking to Vast right now. Vast, don't like, not right now. We got bigger things on our heads. Just hold on for a bit, all right?
I'm going to, I don't know how to sign this, but I'm going to point to Jader. I'm going to do that. Let's use the camera. Like, I'm going to point to Jader. I'm going to make a repeating sign, like twisting my finger again and again. For some reason, the camera doesn't work. Oh, there it is. Something like this.
Yeah, he's we'll figure it out.
And
We'll figure it out. Just
wait, there's some interference. What did you say?
can you hear me now?
Try again.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, now.
Yeah. I say, yeah. I know. We're gonna figure it out. Just let's get everything sorted out first. All right? Can you do it for me?
She will take a deep breath and look directly to your face calmly, smile and nod with her head.
Thanks, little one. I ruffle her hair and stand back up and. Can we do a short rest?
Sure. I'll do you one up. You all begin your departure as Zima collects her stuff, and that's where we're gonna end today's session.
Hey,
Right. All right.
Good.
Okay, that's
Like,
new. Ending a session with a short rest.
All right.
Okay.
So
That's it, I suppose.
That is it.
That's
sorry I wasn't
what-
talking too much near the end. I got caught up with a bunch of messages. People are asking me about other D&D stuff.
It's all right.
in case you missed it, Gator finally attacked the fucking elf.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
saw that. I saw the crit.
That
That's not like I wasn't paying attention at all, but I.
Of course, now I can hit something. But
The power of rage. I mean, the power of
No.
rage.
I'm glad. I have to say, sadly, that your creed was to me.
Yeah.
Advantage against
You lost.
elves.
Yeah.
You lost a creed.